So I can imagine you're paranoid, but let's just I'll go ahead and give you a screenshot of what you need to do, right? Lock your account.
Yeah. To
So this
fix the
will go over there.
suspension.
What?
Well, I'm suspended for 3 days or limited for 3 days. It says.
Yeah, well, normally these actions that I'm going to send you are going to get your. Normally, you use them to get your ticket back really quick, but it also helps you when you are banned, right?
Mm.
So, I just go ahead and then do that. And what you need to do when you start engaging is you got to really take it slow, right? You do like 5 reps and you
Yeah.
take a break, right? And then the next day you'll do 10 reps, you take a break, and you build it up from there. So Elon gets used to you.
Yeah, I so yesterday after after we did our stream, I had a little bit of time before work, so I wanted to make those clips for I did the one for My Memes AI, and then I did another little short too that to advertise the stream. But and then I went ahead and posted them all on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And so I wanted to kind of like promote these uploads that I did. And so I was doing a lot of replying to people and just putting myself out there and engaging to try to get my numbers up. And it worked a little bit. I got like 650 views in 8 hours on one of the little clips I put on YouTube, which was pretty cool. So it wasn't all for nothing. But I don't know. Did
Well,
you have a
like
chance?
I said, we'll revive you, and I'll interact with you as a healthy account to show you're not a bot. But you got to lock your account and just start uh, just have people engage with you. Still make like one post or something. Don't just completely go off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll send it to you what to do in that case. Yeah.
Really cool to
Anyway,
see everyone here too. I wanted to say what's up to IK. Cool to see you again as well, and all the Papa's Lamb, Truth, Zero, all you guys. Great to see you again. But really cool the
absolutely.
My Memes AI thing yesterday. That was really awesome. Touching on that and learning about that. I just wanted to thank you for that.
Very much is so, and they made it on my timeline because I actually saw some post about it when I was scrolling to the timeline. So it means that they're connecting really well, and yeah, space might be a little bit more relaxed than usual. That's just because the sentiment is kind of against us. Everybody thinks we're dying again.
Well,
Not
what do you
so.
think? What do you think about Sui down at 375? It went down to, or
Yeah, I could even this morning. I said even three. What was that? Three. What was my number there again? Yeah, I was there. 356 would even be possible, right?
wow.
So yeah, yeah. But dips here are now a blessing, especially because of the moves that Bitcoin is making now. Unfortunately, that dominance. Let's look at that because it's either releasing or stable or up. Yeah, we're up 0.5% on that day, so that just puts that
Mm,
pressure right on there, and so then we see some blood. But hey, if you have gunpowder, these are opportunities, right? This red right
mm-hmm.
here, these are opportunities, especially if you calculate, look at what Bitcoin's doing. Now, I know that a lot of people are like, look, I'm holding meme coins. I'm not, why should I look at Bitcoin? Right?
Yeah.
Well, for this reason, if you're bullish right now on the moves on Bitcoin, then you know that these dips right here, any dip that you get before that takes off is going to be such a blessing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, usually people are even in the alts are not looking at Bitcoin because they're not holding Bitcoin. But um, yeah, unfortunately, you'll be left out a lot of moves, and you possibly will not completely understand what is going on, right? And so that's why it's important to look at Bitcoin, even if you're not holding any Bitcoin. Now, if you're not holding any Bitcoin, start to DCA a couple of dollars from an exchange, buy a couple of dollars of Bitcoin every day. Start
Mm-hmm.
doing that. I mean, really, so easy. Two bucks, $1, $2, you can miss that, or $5 a week, you can do that, right?
We've gone
Um,
over this before, but
yeah.
I use Coinbase for most for buying most of my crypto just because I have Binance and Kraken and all those as well. It's just for whatever reason, it's just Coinbase is easiest for me. But when you're DCAing Bitcoin, what's the best way to go about that so that you're not getting gouged in fees?
Well, I always, you're always insured to a certain amount on these exchanges. But for me, it's like when I have the amount for me to have these transfer fees, gas fees make sense, right? So usually I wait till I fill it up to like 500, and then I move it to the ledger. So, but it's very easy to buy a little bit on an exchange and then just move it to your ledger or to your main wallet, right, that you're holding.
Mm,
Which, you guys, your main wallet should always, always be cold. You should not be plugged into anything with your main wallets. Your main wallets are your HODL wallets, right? For longer term, possibly even. So they do not need to be exposed to any aping. Please use new wallets, create a new wallet for that, or use a TG bot or anything else. But please make a new wallet. Uh, you know, uh, Depending on what chain you want to ape at, send some tokens to there, but never leave your main wallet hot, right? I would even go as far as to put it on a separate device. And that is also, can also keep you from aping. Because, if I see something but I don't have Solana, I need to go to my Ledger stash.
mm-hmm.
That will take me, it's a step I need to take, literally, right?
It makes you think
And that
twice
can
about it. Yeah.
think twice about it. Yeah. Yeah, if you're on a diet, you know what I do when I need to do a strict diet,
Was that?
right? I put my stuff that triggers me. I put it in the shed.
That way
Now,
it's
if
out of
in
sight,
any
out of
case,
mind.
well, if I need to go outside at night to get that snack
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like it, I need to get up, get out the house, especially in the wintertime. It's
Yeah.
hard. I need to walk to the garden, unlock that door, which is a little something there, right? Still needs to
It's
be fixed.
walk of
And
shame.
then I need to go get it. So, I'm laying there going like, do I really want it?
Yeah, I feel that for
Possibly
sure.
not.
How bad do
Yeah,
I
and
need this?
the same with this, right? You
Mm-hmm.
might be aping, you think, I'm gonna have to stash it Solana on my main wallet or on my ledger, right? But then you need to go and make that transaction. You need to hook it up to the internets and everything, and you're gonna have to make the transaction. And before you get there, you're like 5 minutes away, and you have some cooling down period where you possibly will rethink, well, hey, do I really want to touch my stash for this possible 95% rug, right? No, no. So it actually can prevent you from some behavior
Panic
in the
buying.
moment, right? Yeah, exactly. And we all have that pool of, when we want to see something. There was this talk about this, what was it? Rapid, right? I don't know if Lamb remembers we were talking about in your space or yesterday. It was all over X, and I got into that TG just to see what that's about. Now, also red flag when I don't see, because IK knows when you're in this space for a long time, and it is a bullish or something, you will always see somebody in the members list of that TG.
Mm,
And I saw nobody in there that I knew, and that
right,
is for me a red flag,
right.
right? I need to see some familiar faces in there, and then you kind of can gauge on the bullishness. But if I do not see any familiar faces, probably this is going to be a rug. And yeah, right, it didn't even do much, and it came down all the way to 10K, and end of story there. So, but I joined the TG just to figure, just to see, So I always go to these TGs. I check the member list. Are there any people of my tribe in here, right? Do I know if I see IK in a TG, right? And especially if it paired with some other people, I'm just like, oh, this might be so bullish, right? If he thinks it's bullish, it might be because you know your people over time. So that's always my strategy, and with new things and the TG, I
Yeah.
kind of want to do that. But so bearish, you guys, all overhyped on X, right? And then that happened, nothing much. Total pipe
Uh,
dream.
uh, have you taken a look at the Millie chart? Is that
I have
absolutely?
not. I'm not looking any of these SUI
Jeez.
charts that I'm a part of.
I'm posting a
Never.
screenshot of this milli chart because
Well,
it's
maybe pull
pretty
it up.
astonishing. Here, I'm gonna put this in the share it to the space. Look at this. This is like unreal. What the hell? I'm gonna check.
Well, maybe you can share it in a space where
Did
we can
it? Did it pop? It didn't pop up here. If you go, it
to the
should.
live stream.
Yeah, it should be up there. Share to
Yeah.
space. Post shared with space. I'm not seeing it on there. Oh well, it's just a giant god
Yeah,
candle
I
though.
see it. Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that God candle for Millie. Is that it?
Yeah, that's on Millie.
Yeah.
Today
Yeah.
the volume's up
Awesome.
794%.
There you go. There you go. See? Look, this has been on the floor for many moons.
That's crazy looking.
Many
Sorry.
moons. And I tell you, every time, and I'll say it again, if there's grinders behind it, people who are keeping things alive, I don't care, just a slight pulse, and X is active, TG is active, right? Voice behind the ticker, something like Millie, then it flips bullish like that, right? It just does. It's inevitable. You just don't know when. And a lot of people don't have patience in this space. But it's so low cap that if you cannot sit there with a $20 bag or a $50 bag, then I don't know what you're doing in crypto, anyways. I mean, come on, right?
Hmm.
You can spend that money on the daily just on bullshit. So why are you just butt clenching if the chart not moving fast enough? So this is just my strategy on Sui with these meme coins. I tend to buy just moon bags of tokens that I think are bullish, or people that I heard speaking. And now there's this what, King Crab. I was inviting him to this space, or I was gonna, but yeah, the Queen space worked really hard, so we didn't get to it. But I might just go ahead and invite him into in the DMs, and because I'm curious if they're talking, what they're about, right? I kind of want to know. And especially on Sui, the volume sometimes really sucks for these meme tokens, and then people just, slowly start to sell, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're doing, but what can go wrong with a project that's on 50K market cap and they're still working on it, right? I lose $50, or it freaking prints a God candle like this, right? So yeah, hey ho, here we go. We're pulling some people on stage.
How
We
you
have
doing, Wild?
we have Shingo on stage. How are you doing?
What's up, Tick? How you doing?
We're doing good. Tick. I think Tick has some issues with the microphone.
Yes, I apologize. But yes, Cinco, I don't think I've met you. I think this is my first time meeting you,
Yes,
if I'm
yes,
not
yes. I've
mistaken.
never met you. First time, man.
Cool,
But
welcome.
nice meeting you. Thank you, thank you.
Is it your first time on stage?
Your space, yes, Wild. My first time here.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, welcome, welcome. Is there anything you would like to share? Do you want to share a ticker, or do you want to, you know, be bullish
I
on yourself and put yourself on blast? That's okay too.
I haven't been in the trenches, so I don't really know. I'm just here listening to you guys. I see you guys got a couple up there pinned in the jumbo.
Oh yeah, the Millie
Well, I
chart.
haven't been in the Solana trenches, but I have been in the Ethereum trenches a little bit. I couldn't resist because, there's stuff on there that was absolutely sending, at least for a little bit. And that's just because the volume on Ethereum is just too juicy. You guys, you got to learn how to check that freaking volume. Sometimes on Solana, when it's less than 6 billion, a volume on Solana, forget aping over there. It's not in your favor. The weather is no good for degening in that case. You got to know your numbers, right? I don't go to Ethereum and look at things there to degen if it's under 10 milli or 10 billy, right? I'm not going to do that because I know the weather for that is just not in my favor. So you're going against the tide, and you're already going against the tide with all these rugs, and you don't know. But when there's low volume, they rug these tokens so much sooner than usual. So you just got to learn how to check the volume. What I use for that is that I go to the Telegram. I have the coin ranking bot, right? And I just simply, it can measure a whole lot more, but I simply do slash V. the ticker, of the chain, and I can see the daily 24-hour volume, and I just measure that a little bit. You can also then clearly see when there's pressure from Bitcoin and dominance is high, because that's when they tend to the volume to really drop on the layer ones, right, on the rest of the chains. So on these alts. So yeah, that's always my advice before you go aping. Check some volume if it's even worth aping, right? If there's even volume, because that speaks so loud about what's going on and how much the tokens will do. Because sometimes you would sit there and expect something to go to billies, and under any other circumstances, if volume was there, it probably maybe would. But when there's only that much volume, how hard can you run, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. Just check all these things before you go ape, and it must be sunshine over there, or else we're not going. Yeah, what did I ape then on Ethereum? I ate actually some Saudi Pepe.
Oh
That's
God.
really corny. Yeah, yeah. I see. I see Sam O'Leary. He is calling Spotify, and he's been shilling for a little bit. And I kind of faded because I had no time and busy, right? But yeah, that all-time high went to 58 mil. That was on Solana. Yep. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that happened. So I see a lot here about that Spotify taking. But yeah, Saudi Pepe, I did like a two X's for me, and then party maybe over. Yeah, Ethereum is so different, but yeah, let's move on. Zero, you have your hand up.
Yeah, good morning, Wild. Good evening to others there. I just want to ask you, Wild, what do you think about Myro?
Myro, I think the story there is not over. I think.
Absolutely, because I'm on it.
Mhm. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes you don't hear about these things anymore, and that's kind of like a bullish thing. Then that's where I've been going, like, well, what's happening there? Maybe I want to buy the floor there, right? Because it just means that it cooled down enough. And if you're in this space longer, you know that a lot of meme tokens, when they have that first rally, they take a few months to completely cool down. And then you're looking always for 60-70% of the wallets to have sold at a loss, and then it's ready to pump again. So the moment that happens, you can start looking into, putting some in on that floor, maybe some dips. Maybe somebody will sell some more, and then you can buy their bag really cheap. And I think a lot of these previous tokens that had a lot of attention at the time, they will do numbers. When it's time for the memes to pump, they will do the numbers. They will do the 10 to 100x very easily, because suddenly people will remember that. Of course, there's a chunk of community that maybe was left behind there, is still working on things or still keeping things active. So bullish there. But usually these teams possibly are waiting for a better sentiment to start spending some marketing money again too, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense to do that in the bearish times when you have to spend a lot to move the needle of just a little bit. You want to spend that marketing money for when it really can move the needle, and you need sentiment for that. So definitely, yeah, Brett on base. I mean, how can you not be bullish on these things? They will do it. They will do a run.
I'm still waiting for my plushie anyway about the Myro. At the time. Oh my god.
You got a plushie. You got a Myro plushie. That's so bullish.
Yo, Wild, what's going on, Queen?
What's going on, Nero? How are you?
Oh, I'm having an amazing time. Blessed and highly favored. Super excited for everything that's happening right now.
Isn't it just? I know you sound so excited. We kind of need that. We kind of need that when it's like this red to red. I'm always excited too. And Crypto Queen was saying it in the space. You're so excited. And I'm like, look, when the market's like this, how can I not be excited? How can I not be excited? These are when good trades are made. Okay? These are, you can average good in your. I'm looking forward to put in some longs as soon as I see Bitcoin doing the something that I wanted to see done. right? I'm ready to put in some longs again. I shorted 2 tokens, made some bread today. I mean, life is good. Life is good. Yeah, I do not advocate for leverage trading unless you are a skilled technical analysis person, because you really got to up your game with that, or else you're just going to be in the casino and get liquidated pretty fast, right? Because and you got to have a better scope of the whole market when you do that, because that can really help you in that case. But do you have any tickers you want to share? Or are you bullish on yourself and you just want to, toot your own horn? Let's go.
Yeah, I don't have any tickers currently, but what I do want to shill is the beanies on business trait, the beanies on business community. It's been exciting to see what's been happening as a community, and I believe the only thing that really holds us strong through the times of whether bullish or bearish is always going to be community. While I've had a phenomenal experience just following you and your trades and what you've been doing. And again, I wouldn't have been able to come past with you if it wasn't for this community, right? So I believe community will keep us strong. Community will keep us together. And we at the Beanies on Business stand on business. And so where our mission and our vision is to first and foremost become the biggest, greatest, best DAO in Web3. But more so, we want to help everyday people be able to familiarize themselves with Web2, with Web3, and at the same time help people get situated with a strong community of people from different walks of life. And so we have people from so many different backgrounds, so many different experiences, but we all come together with one trait, under one trait, which is that beanie trait. And so we've been vibing out. And again, thank you so much, Wild, for this time. Appreciate you giving us the moment to talk about what it is that we do on the stage.
All right, I see what you're up to. I saw all these beanies in the space, and that's why I was asking the question, because I was like, he is ready to tell us something about these beanies. And you know what? I'm going to help you out, because Tick,
Mhm.
is there anything that you guys have that we can show in the live stream, and then we can clip it for a short? So here's then what we're gonna do. Tick can pull that up for you, and it's gonna show on the live stream on YouTube, and where, I don't know where we're at, X2. Where are we?
Instagram, TikTok. Well, we stream live on YouTube and X, and then we upload reels to Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts.
There you go. There you go. Because we put you on blast. So we're actually getting really good numbers on there, you guys. Really good views. So, if you have a project you want to share yourself. That's okay too. If you want to show beanies, you want to show snapbacks, lab. Get the snapbacks in order, and we'll start putting you on blast. It's good for the doginal dogs, you guys. So this is all community driven too, and it's doginal dogs were free mint with a floor now of 2K. Come on, this is ridiculous, right? This is just going to destroy the whole space NFT wise. They are just going to be tier one, and it's coming for it. So, let's have these beanies chill. If there is there anything you guys got that we can show?
You guys have a website or anything yet?
We do not have a website currently outside of the spaces that we host and the DAO that we formed in terms of the actual wallet foundation. That's pretty much what we have. So we got a bunch of group chats, but we're hosting spaces daily on the timeline. So if there's maybe a way for us to give you like an excerpt and you guys can cut it up, that would be
Well,
epic.
here's what we can do. Do you have a post about the beanies? You must have like a Twitter post.
Yep, we
Yeah.
got
All right. So take in and pull up the post.
I'm on the
And
Beanies on Business community page, looking through that.
yes. Yeah. All right. That's a good one. Right. So we have that on the screen right now. And then you got to do your best show. Right. And keep it, you know,
Concise.
within, yeah, concise and within 20 seconds. so so it works, and that way you get a lot more views. See, because people just check out, anons with one brain cell will just check out after 20 seconds. So
Yes.
go whenever you're ready for your show, you can go. Right, let's go.
Grab the mic, Nero. You got this. You got this, Nero. Let's go, baby.
What's going on, world? We are the Beanies on Business. We're excited to have you guys join the community. We are part of the Dojanal Dog inscription, and it's incredible to see what we are doing within the world of Web3, helping everyday people get onboarded, helping them, showing them the path to be able to find success in Web3. And so, if you're looking for a community to hold you down, regardless of whether the markets are bullish or bearish, there is no better community than the Dojanal Dog Beanies on Business. Hope to see y'all on the other side. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Oh, that was very, very good. I'm impressed. So we're gonna clip that and just put it on blast then. And of course, you're more than welcome to join the spaces. And if you have a website or you build something or a little something to show, then you can always come back and we'll clip it again, right? I see Papa's being on stage here. Hello, Papa's. How you doing?
Hey Wild, what's up? How's it going?
You sound so suave. What's going on?
No, no, I'm just checking things out. Let me. I had a question for Sui meme coins. What bot do you use, or do you not use a bot because like there's not that much volume? What do we do there?
Okay, so here's what I have. I have when you go to my profile, I have in my bio the link. It's a referral link. So thank you very much if you're using it. And that's for Raid and X. And that's kind of like the BullX for what BullX is for Solana and that other chain, the one that I'm not on. Um, this one is especially for everything on Sui. So you can do new
Perfect.
pairs, right? You can do new pairs. You have the X. Well, actually, you have like it's very easy. It's kind of like easier than BullX. The interface is easy. You can set your Insta Ape button. You have an Insta Ape. I love it, right? And you can set that to how many sui you want. So when you press it, it will just speed up the transaction, and you can Insta buy and so very bullish on it. You can have your watch list on there, everything. It works with Telegram just like BullX does, right? And I like it because you have to have that new wallet, which is important to have a new wallet if you're gonna ape, right? Never do that with your
Yeah,
previous.
just yeah, exactly. Well, it's a separate one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always
I
a
see.
separate
Quick
one.
buys here. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, very bullish on Raid and X. Works perfectly for me. And you can also see because on Dex is very dinosaur, right? Dex tools. So a lot of people look these meme coins and Sui up on Dex tools, and what happens then is it doesn't take every transaction. Sometimes on Sui things just go way too fast, and it doesn't pick it up from every pool. So you won't see every buy and every sell. On Raiden, you actually get to see every buy and every sell, right? And all the wallets and everything. And Dex Tools is just horribly outdated for these things. I'm bearish on Dex Tools, you guys. It's not what it used to be, and they're not upping their tech at all.
Oh my God, I
Uh,
just saw the Miley token. Wow. Wow.
oh, you got the Millie?
Yeah, yeah, I just
Yeah.
yeah, because I heard it the other day when you had that account in here. So it's kind of
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Also because there's a story to it, right? Millie is a real dog, and it's a real rescue dog, right? He got rescued from how do you call it? A facility that takes these
A
dogs.
shelter.
A shelter. Yes, I did. English is not my native language, you guys. So
Mhm.
yes, a shelter. And so Millie is a real dog. And I was kind of telling him, like, you got to put out some more social media on Millie, like Millie, just make pictures of Millie, little movies of Millie. And because it is a shelter dog, they're now just trying to also give back and set up projects to give back to shelters and for police dogs and education there for their equipment and stuff. So there's a lot of goodwill behind there too. And yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real person, and he was out there as one of the first on Sui. Certainly, maybe not particularly one of the first, but the only one from that era that survived. And that's because it's so hard. So much respect for people who are building on these new chains and not giving up because there's no volume, right? Initially, and there's no tech. right? There's no, the buy bot is not even there. So you got to build everything yourself or wait for things to get built. And even in October, last October, when September, October, when Sui was really hauling, right? Uh, there wasn't the buy bots didn't take everything. There was with the pools, there was a little bit going on, and there wasn't even a bot, right? Raiden X came later, and there wasn't a good sniper bot for Sui. Actually, a lot of people got wrecked because there was one bot, I forgot the name, but there was one sniper bot and trading bot that said that they could trade on Sui, but it actually got the wrong liquidity pool for these tokens. So what happens is that they try to snipe something or trade something, right? Send that money for the trade, and then they got maybe a couple of tokens back because it was the wrong pool, and people got wrecked that way. So there wasn't even good tech at the time too. So imagine you having to lead a project in these circumstances and not get bearish. That's that's not easy. So props for that. Always showing up in spaces, always pushing, active TG, active. They have a trading group on Discord too, and they do gaming together. It's like a little something that I think is bullish. And I mean, when we had them in here chilling, the market cap was actually, what was it, Dick? 32K,
Mm,
right? When we started looking,
yeah.
32, 52. Last week
Mm.
it was like 30, 31, 32 something. And it creeped up to 52 because everybody who held a little bit could also mint, right? And look at that chart now. Look at that candle. Yeah, that's why we're here for that green. So yeah, Papa. So I hope that you will enjoy the Raiden X and utilize
Yeah,
it.
if I have any questions, I'm gonna, because I just
Oh
signed.
yeah.
I'm going through it right now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you though, Wild. Thank you.
Word to
No,
the
no problem.
wise, bird eye
You kind
dot.
of want to. I
I
kind of want
go ahead.
everybody to set that up because I am expecting. Last time that Sui ran, we didn't have that rate and X, but now that we do, you can be so much quicker, right? And you can see these new pairs, and you can get these calls, and there will be aping going on Sui chain, and the people who get in early in these floors, you make some incredible X's. There were some incredible. I got low fee at Shield to me at 8 milli market 60.
Wow.
I got Axel on, I think, 1.2 millis, and that ran to over, like, what was it, 40 milli or something. Crazy access there. So lots of upside potential. Always be careful though. Not, there's rugs on there too, right? A little bit less than in somewhere else, but still gotta be careful. But yeah, I've been on
Especially with
Sui.
volume, they'll get more.
Yeah, the volume on Sui is sucky sucky right now, so there's no, I wouldn't ape anything there at the moment, not even to flip a bag. But when that volume gets above 4 or 5 billion on Sui, that's when things really move, and you can see it because every time, last pump on Sui can pump really hard. You guys, it did like 20 or 30% in 32 hours, right? And then you see that whole ecosystem is pumping, and then soon after, these memes are pulling up, right? So it's because the ecosystem itself is so small, so it's really noticeable. Uh, um, Let me see if I can get a good oversight of some meme tokens on there, the ones that are known and vetted
Yeah, I
by.
was I was gonna say word to the wise. If you wanna check out Sui and everything, I like to go on birdeye.so, and then when
Bird Eye's a good one.
you click on the Sui tab, and then you can see bubble maps of basically the red and the
Yep.
green of how the coins are performing, and you can
Yep.
also click on the individual ones, like for instance wall. So I can click on wall on the bubble map, and then it pulls up the chart, and then the chart is it's an awesome platform. I love Bird Eye for viewing charts. It's and it's pretty
Yeah.
accurate too.
So today was a new updated overview of the memes on Sui, right? And then these are basically the recognized memes. These are the most notable projects that are uh, vetted, right? So these are,
did you post it in the
yeah.
jumbotron?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, looking for it.
Yes, I did. It ain't much, as you can tell, right? It ain't much. Now, slowly, surely, there's something more. I was gonna ask King Crab to come up. I thought the because everything on Sui, because Sui means water. It's the water chain. So that's why you see a lot of tokens being related to water, like deep, like walrus, right? And all of the memes, some of them have that meme, that water relation too. And so I thought king crab. There's this meme token called toilet, right? So there's, I thought it was pretty funny too. I mean, you know, it's kind of it's not like Solana where you have tits, ass, and what fart token and
Right.
all that. But yeah, the most decent thing on Sui would be like toilet. It's,
Now there's a squirt
so
coin. Squirt is pretty.
yeah, squirt. Yeah,
Yeah,
squirt.
squirt.
That's the yeah. That's that one then too. But yeah, that's basically a little bit more wholesome.
It's not as vulgar as pump fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly right. And again, you guys, I was in Animal Lab space trying to get some alpha. Unfortunately, I had to leave early there. Um, but I will try and join again because they're working on building that marketplace. So anything NFT on Sui is hella early too, right? And very very cheap. So when the things are launched there, Animal Lab is your place to go, and they're building that marketplace for trading then, and so they're going to be bullish. So they're the launch pad for NFTs on Sui, and yeah, they were at that Sui base camp too, and yeah, kind of need to talk to them one more time. But keep an eye on these NFTs coming out on there because it's just very early on there too.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, being early and stuff, right? Being early. Monad, don't forget to use your faucet. I'm just telling that more to myself than anything else, Dick.
Yeah, I just hit it up a couple minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yes, I tend to be in this space. I'm thinking a little bit more about it and be like, oh, yes, of course, I get to do my faucet.
Yeah, and Magic Eden. Also, take advantage of Magic Eden. There's
Yes.
at magiceden.us/monad testnet. There's a whole plethora of different NFT mints that you can participate on for the testnet, and I've taken advantage of some of them. I've bought some of them with the testnet tokens, and so I mean it's really cool. And it looks like some things are going to be transferring to mainnet. They've kind of alluded to that on some things. So I mean, yeah, dude, it's free money basically. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, some free mints going on there too that you might want to, you know, try. Of course, it's testnet, so they want you to do these things because that's how they test the net, right? I'm bullish on Monad just again because it has that parallel scaling, but then EVM compatible. So I really, the more I'm reading about it, uh, the more I hear it or see it on my timeline, at least, right? I'm seeing
Mm.
it more and more, by the way. I don't know if it's because I'm talking about it in spaces and then Elon is like, oh, this is what she wants to see. But no, just the people that are regular that say good morning, right? And if I look at what they post, they're talking more about Mona too, and so that's kind of bullish. Of course, their venture capital is hella bullish, and they raised I think enough for something good to be launched there. When they go main, it really makes sense to be on the testnet already because when they go main, you have the experience of being on Monad already, and that's going to give you an edge for everybody else that wants to hop on board that chain then. And so it's really smart to do these things, right? So even maybe there's a chance this will all end up in nothing. That can happen. I've seen things happen over time too. Tenet was one, right? Everybody was so bullish about it, but it all, bled out a little bit. Of course, they didn't have that much venture capital behind them. But I'm expecting this to do something and to have a new layer ones that are EVM compatible because Sui is not EVM compatible. That's why building the tech there is kind of hard because everything has to be built on its own. There are no roadmaps already that you can take from Ethereum, the logistics there that you can make use out of, right? So all the bots have got to be created applicable to SUI, because SUI is using Move language to build everything, and so it's a totally different thing. And just like Rust is for Solana, right? And yeah, so I think it's bullish just to be on there, just to try testnet, get some testnet tokens. It's for free, and get yourself going around on the testnet, so you get used to it. And then when this goes main, then you have the first advantage there of being there already, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It does, and it's for free. I did the whole thing with CE as well, right? And the airdrop from there, the testnet tokens that we gathered were transferred into some sort of airdrop. They used some sort of calculation for that, and so every layer will have their testnet period. Um, and so just to be on that early, I mean, look, right, what can go wrong? You spend a little bit of your time. So yeah, are there any tickers you were looking at, Tick, or you have any questions, or you were like, hey, I'm seeing this mentioning a little bit more, or I'm buying this a little bit more. What's going
There's
on?
yeah, there's been a lot of random things that I've just been coming across. I haven't really been degenning all too much. I've just been kind of watching what's going on with Solana and everything. But the more I explore the Monad page and kind of look at different like NFT offerings and things like that, the fantasy top thing, I still haven't really like figured it out. But you and I kind of like went over it a little bit yesterday, I believe, and it's when we saw Elon is on there, the first, what was it, the first meme coin on Solana. So Elon's on there, Ansem is on there. There's some notable KOLs and people from that are participating in this fantasy top thing that's on the Monad thing, but it's some sort of, I'm really not exactly sure what it is. It's some sort of tradable decks. It looks like cards and um, yeah, it's this whole thing. Have you had a chance to look over it?
No, I have not. I'm trying to catch up on work, which is
Ooh,
already done. But
this is
there
very
was some things that I still had to do.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
as
it.
far as research.
This is actually very. I thought that this had to do more with Monad, but when I'm looking at one of these decks right here, and then I go to buy, it says need 80 Ethereum to get one of these decks. So I have, yeah, this is so weird, but I found it through monad fantasy.top. It's so weird. I'm really not sure, but they do have the free mints as well in Magic Eden. So when you go to testnet.monad.xyz, there is NFTs on Monad, see mints on Magic Eden, and how to participate. There's play fantasy top, open packs, create decks, and compete to win special whitelist cards. And then to mint on Magic Eden, mint testnet collections that you won whitelist cards for. They remain open all March or until whitelist runs out. And then 3 get whitelist for mainnet mints. And then see mints on Magic Eden when you go to click that button. I've actually been able to, the scratchable monads collection, I was able to mint one of these, and they're 0.026 monad for one. I'm really, I'm not too savvy about all of this, but they're like very inexpensive mints that you can, basically participate in with
Well,
your,
you got your Monad for free,
yeah.
so
So it's
it's
just
all.
playing around.
Yeah, just playing around. It's all in essence for free. Now, there's the first thing on my list is to check out. So here's the thing, you guys, that we're looking at doing, and we possibly need some time to just prepare for that, because I like to take these things a little more serious than they are. But yeah, I'm looking into launching a testnet meme token on Monad.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you all to go to the faucet, because you can ape with your free money. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm looking forward to doing that. We're going to have so much fun having these spaces. And yeah, you can testnet this too, right? You can testnet this too. We have a bullish ticker, and I already prepared. I had somebody else prepare some art. Maybe I'm going to even slap like a website on it, right? Just for funsies. Um, yeah, because we don't know if it's really, if it's a bust, it's a bust. We're testing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If not, then we can maybe roll over to the mainnet, become the first meme on there. Then, right?
Yeah,
You
so
just then relaunch. Yeah, yeah,
basically you
yeah,
just deploy a contract on the Monad. If you go
yeah,
onto their docs, there's the Foundry, deploy a smart
yeah.
contract on Monad.
Yeah, well, it's just Solidity. So I can use, I can even, if you roll over to the mainnet, there can be even some utility in the contract, right? That keeps it from getting stuck. Where this is the problem that I have with these pump launches, right? Now I know there are some more bullish ones that can actually now have a team pick your supply, right? And how much is in the pool and that kind of stuff, because the bearishness around these pump launched projects, and I'm talking on every chain you have like a launch pad like this, it is too basic, and you're stuck with that contract. You cannot change anything, right? Anything that you need to do, you need to build separately from there, and it's just going to be so much more work and be so much more expensive than if you tackle that from the get go. Also, uh, the liquidity is just basic liquidity where it's being added. So eventually, they're going to have to add, you know, 10K worth of liquidity in a pool somewhere just to bring in whales, because whales do not like when there's low liquidity. That's why they start buying when it's 40, 50 million, because then the pool is actually fat enough, usually, right, for it to happen. Now on Sui, there's something special going on because Sui has so much upside potential, right? So let's say Sui can do a 10x from here. Let's say Sui does 10x from here. All these liquidity pools will be 10xing and will be surpassing market caps, which will actually show green on the chart. I saw that last time happening on Solana, and I completely missed the boat there. I'm not gonna lie, I totally missed the boat, but I saw it happening, and I was kind of too scared, right, at the time. I was just like, yeah, and so I faded, but I saw it happening, and so I was like, this is, look, Millie. Let's say Millie was stuck on 32K market cap with a liquidity pool worth $5,000 in Sui. Yeah, if that 10x's, if Sui 10x's, that liquidity pool 10x's too,
Hmm.
and that surpasses then the market cap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So especially with these low cap plays, East is a 5x for some of the ones that are in the 100 or 2 to 3, 400K market cap. The value of that pool will be surpassing the market cap, and it will show green on the chart. It actually pushes the project that way. So, not financial advice, but I'm just, leaving moonbacks here and there. There are things that I think are bullish,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm just like, yeah, one of them just needs to do me 1,000x, and there, here we go, and my 1,000x has arrived.
Does it start with an N and
Nami,
ends with a Ami?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do a shield for that a little bit later. Yeah,
Yeah,
working
that
on something.
one's it's a really good time to buy Nami. I was thinking about swapping some of my Millie into Nami, but I don't know if that's a smart move or not. Since Millie's up
Well,
like 64% today.
we have time when it comes to the Sui chain. We have time, so don't FOMO on anything there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just you can be a little bit more relaxed. It's not Solana, and the volume is a little bit lacky on the meme side. But as soon as that heats up, these memes will be all like, So and they will make access. I mean, nobody knew about freaking Hippo. Hippo sat on freaking low floors and then it ripped to 260 mil or 210 mil. Yeah. Hippo
Yeah.
was launched in the summertime, like a bearish time. Yeah. So a lot of people made an awful lot of money there, right? With Hippo sitting there. So Hippo's quote unquote CTO. Yeah. So that happened. But yeah, that's just, that was one of the bigger meme now is Lofi.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yeah.
biggest meme now. But Hippo used to be the biggest one before Lofi. Yeah. And then there's Axel Keith. Keith is the founder of Excel.
So I don't know that
Um,
one. You brought it up earlier, and I'm
yeah,
actually not familiar. So if I go, I'm gonna go on Bird Eye, and is the ticker AXL?
AXOL. It's an axolotl.
Cool. And so this is
Yes. I'm
volume.
gonna
Yeah,
DM Keith and see if he can get in here because he's so
awesome.
fabulous. Yeah, he's one of the nicest people in the space. Always, I mean, very much a grinder. I love people who work right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they work, I
Hey,
know the
Wild, can I
blessings will come. Yeah, let's okay.
for that faucet, do you just need an Ethereum
Yes, you
address?
do need you do need a wallet with 0.03 Ethereum.
So if that's like a Pepe, the bot with the that you use for the Ethereum, that just it's gonna automatically fill it up every 6 hours. That's how it works.
Yes, well, when you have that in your wallet, and you need to have how many transactions of ETH?
Three.
Multiple.
Three transactions
Yeah, and
with
point zero
ETH.
three. So it's like $90 worth of ETH, I think.
Yeah, when we started talking about it, it was
It was
just $50. I
55,
remember.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's
it's just like
83 right now, actually. It's come down a little bit. The other
yeah,
day it was
no.
up. So yeah, you put 80, 82 or 80. I'd do 83 just to be safe. And the wallet has to have a minimum of 3 transactions.
Yeah.
With my wallet, I think I didn't have 3 on the wallet I was trying to use. I think I may have. This is really stupid. I wouldn't advise it, but I think I just sent a couple transactions back and forth between my Phantom and my Coinbase wallet to meet the minimum. But that cost me probably, I don't know, a dollar or 50 cents. I don't know. But
Yeah.
to be getting the free monad in order to do that though, it's like I wanted to be able to participate in that. And since then, I've accumulated. Right now, I've bought some NFTs with the monad that I've got, but right now I have 2.3 monads still, and I've bought
Yes,
like.
I have 3.6. I'm behind on minting.
Have you bought any NFTs with it?
I did the rebels, right?
Oh, I haven't done the Rebels. I was having
I
difficulty,
did
I
the
think.
rebels.
I forgot about the Rebels. Okay, so I need to go back
Uh,
onto that platform. That was
I don't know
this.
if you guys know memes, but he was going ham on these free mints on everything.
Mm,
He was like, I can't stop.
yeah,
So
that's kind of
yeah,
when I first saw that, I was like thinking doing the same thing, but you can only spend
yeah.
so much
I need
time
to
doing
do a
that.
little more too, and I need to be a little bit more consistent with the faucet as well, so I can just go ham with
Yeah,
these.
you can do it every
And
6 hours. I've been doing it like
I
every
know,
12, but you can do it every
yes,
6. It's just usually when I get home from work and stuff, it's the last thing I feel like doing, even though it takes
yeah.
literally like 20 seconds.
I
Um,
actually need to make a sticky note and put it on my Bitcoin screen because I just do it once a day now, and that's because I'm here in this space talking about it and be like, oh
mhm.
yes, of course, we need to go to the faucet. But
What's
I tend to forget.
What's the name of that?
Real quick, guys.
The Sui Rebels.
Real quick, guys. Sorry,
Hmm.
Tick. Wild. I gotta head out. We got another space that we gotta run to. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity, and thank you for the alpha you guys are dropping. You guys are definitely dropping some solid gold nuggets. And so I'll definitely be catching the replay. Or what I will do is I'll go to the Lurky app and see if I can catch what you guys spoke about through the Lurky app. And so again, thank you guys so much. I'll definitely be seeing you guys on the TL.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. You're always welcome in this space, and always welcome to shill your bag or shill yourself or shill the beanies. Let's go. The bullish beanies. All about it. I'm in the bow mafia. I should be making something for that too. Oh my god, I need to shill some more, you guys. Shill everything. Let's go.
Gangsta.
That's what we're here for. I mean, it's great to have a space like this and talk about things, and you come across these new things this way, and it's bullish, right? That's how I came across Sui when Sui wasn't even launched yet, too, right? You get people in there like, hey, do you know this? You can get testnet tokens. It's like, all right, let's go ahead, let's do it. And then before you know it, something bullish happens, and new stuff is being created in crypto all the time. I think that's I love being on the front line of that, right? Looking for these new things because I know that the technology is just going faster and faster over time. And I was saying it in Lamp Space this morning too. Some of these older things are not going to be applicable anymore, right? And they will be traded, but will they ever catch their old all-time highs? Well, that's questionable because some of the trading will just happen because in the bull run, everybody's there. But when it flips bear in that first year of the bear market, more than 60-70% of the people in crypto leave,
Yeah.
and so
They
you
give
don't
up.
don't stick around. So the people who come back then when things are bullish again are the people who had these projects still in their psyche that were hot at the time.
Mm. Yep.
But are they still hot right now? And based upon that, I think that former sentiment will actually do some numbers on there, right? And so, but to take out that all-time high, they need to be a lot more bullish than they ever were before. So yeah, the ones that didn't build out and were not you know paying attention, they're going to be left behind, especially if we see, I mean, the amount of layer ones that are EVM compatible, uh, base, right, all these new things coming out, they're all going to catch up on these. So, and it's just more and more over time we can see it really start to excel that way. Um, so yeah, there is going to be a new shiny one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be early on that is just bullish, you guys. You just well, what's there to lose, right? Really. And yeah, I mean, I still hear about Luna Classic and that being bullish, and I'm like, look, there's nothing there. I don't know. Maybe it will move, right? Because of the burns that they did for the community, but that's now totally community driven. And if something is totally community driven, there's no leadership. I get a little bit bearish because you need somebody in charge that calls the shots a little, at least have some idea of where this thing is going. Yeah. And also, marketing money. Where does that come from? The community is hard. I'm bearish on some CTOs, definitely. Sometimes there is even the contract, especially on Ethereum. They have these gas or the tax tokens, right? So even though you can turn it into a community token, you will never have access to that developer wallet, right? That just eats these taxes, right? So you'll be pumping their bags still in this way. I think it's bearish, right? You don't have control over the website, over the TG, so you got to make all of that new. And you got to update the decks. Updating a dex tools costs money every time you do it. Now there's a lower fee for found tokens, right? So some of them are actually bullish. I do have a list that I made just along the way. Like, hey, if this ever gets back into trend again, is bullish, right? And I'm going to look into it because then it's easy to CTO, and these are all the zero tax tokens. Then, and some big
Mm-hmm.
wallets have to be out. There's got to be some requirements for it, but that's how I bought Roaring Kitty on Ethereum when it was launched on Solana, and it got trendy again. Right, bought Roaring Kitty was sitting at 5K market cap on Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy here bag, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it went to 263 and it came market cap and then came down. But hey, from 5K, that's a lot
Yeah.
of access right there.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah. So I have a whole list of things. Maga Doge. Oh my God, right? That one got abandoned so quickly. It's like, yeah, this is hella bullish. Does nobody see the relationship between Elon and Trump? And then the Elon and Trump thing just unfolded, and I had a dust bag in there that was basically going to dust, and that bag pumped all the way up and did like a 60x. Right, so there are some things that are revivable and CTOable, but yeah, it's sometimes when it starts to do it that quickly, it's just not that bullish. That's just my opinion. I'm not particularly bullish on CTOs. It was kind of a thing for a while, but yeah, no, not me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll I'll just go about it the other way. And a lot of what we see, like what's being hyped on the timeline so much in the moment, like that rapid token uh, that I hopped in your TG in, and it's like, yeah, that's not bullish, right? It's probably a rug. And there are more rugs than there are good stuffs.
Look at
That's for
this.
sure.
This
What?
came up on my bird eye just
Yeah,
now.
yapper.
It was up
Yeah.
15,000%. So
Jesus.
I pull up the deck screener on it. It's at 12.1 million
Mm.
market cap, 1.8 million
No.
liquidity. Yeah, it's weird. The tech on it is it's a I'm not like gonna buy any of this, but it's just worth mentioning
No,
because
we're
it's
done.
performing
Yeah.
insanely well. But it's amazing AI dubbed videos. I mean, the tech doesn't seem like anything new, and it's not crypto related. And then there's a X post it's associated with. Yapper is a deep fake AI app for creating hilarious, high quality videos. Our users have already generated 100 million videos. I've or 100 million views. I've launched products with hundreds of thousands of users before. Let's make Yapper the next. Then this is live on Believe app, and then there's the contract address. But yeah, it's a Believe app, and Believe launch coin is also performing insanely well. It says 37%, but yeah, it's number one on Deck Screener right now is launch coin. So market cap 286.5 mil. It's 3 months old. Huh. So I mean, these are the number one coins on Deck Screener today. So I just kind of wanted to mention them, but yeah, I don't know anything about what the Believe app is or anything. I've seen it, but I haven't done any research on it myself.
Looks bullish. I just took that over into the scanner for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can safely mention the ticker that we're looking at because this is just something that we found, right?
It was on Bird Eye. I saw it at the
Uh,
top, how it like on the ticker at the top.
yeah. Yeah.
So launch coin, and then I saw one with 13,000% up or 14,000. I'm like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
So this Yapper coin, it's 20 hours old. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's the God candle at
It
the. It's
looks a little bit hot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just mentioning it just because the performance numbers are kind of
Yeah.
unreal.
Out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we need to start. I'm gonna write some things down to do list. So there's that Monad meme, and but before that, we really need to get that TG group all together because then
Yeah.
we can plug these things straight into there too.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of bearish to keep. Guys, you gotta know it's very bearish to post links from outside of X. The inside of X is already kind of an issue with Elon, but even more so is it's from other sources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at that YAP token. Okay, it looks kind of hot, but what? It ran really high, man. Well, it does look. If I look on that, 5 minute, I could dance it a little. Uh, yeah, it doesn't look. It's sitting now at 11.8. I see a floor. I see a floor at 8 milli. So
Oh
if I
yeah.
was looking
Mm-hmm.
for somewhat of an entry, I
Right.
would be I would be looking at that 10 milli zone and that 8 milli, right in between there.
And for that price,
Yeah.
you're better off just getting TARS, right? How's TARS doing today? Let me see. Yeah,
Down on the
it's at
day.
nine
Yeah.
cents. So
Yeah. Yeah.
entry is going to be at 8.5, right? It's gonna.
Yeah, but this token is of course a young token, so just be careful
Which
because
one? The
when it's
Yapper one?
young, yeah, 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 yeah.
You're right. Yeah. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna touch it just because it's
Mm.
just not for me. I'd rather put my
No,
money into
I'll
Sui
keep it on my
today.
watch list. I'll keep it on my watch list. And unfortunately, I cannot buy everything.
Exactly.
I'm condensing stuff all the time because I'm looking at some new stuff, and then I'm looking at the portfolio and be like, all right, what has got to go? I don't want to let anything go at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, because I'm still making good trades with the portfolio too, so I don't need nothing new. But it doesn't mean that I don't like to put it on my watch list and get to know that chart if it stays around, right? I like to get a feel for what it's about, how it moves, and especially when it's on Solana, because it's a lot more volatile over there, right? These floors are often not floors that are being held as good as they be held on Ethereum, let's say.
Hmm.
So, or on any other chain for that matter. It's a little dramatic on Solana. um, People fear there so much, that it's not even funny anymore. And you know what? It's kind of like, yes, I can see where people fear there a lot, because you cannot hodl anything there just because of the odds are against you. Are you holding something good? Are you holding a bag of shit? Right? It's sometimes, especially in the first when you first rally, that's not even sure, and they can wave utility in your face even, and you'll be like, yeah, but so the behavior there is a little different. That's just because of all the scams. Like I said, I wish just from these launch pads that they would at least do like a month or 3 month cool off for tickers, so they cannot repeat the ticker.
Hmm.
Right? Because a lot of tickers are being copied like 3 4 times a day, and it's the same old rug. And and nothing has been done against that. And there's something like a you can only have the ticker, and then you cannot use it, and that ticker, nobody can use that ticker anymore for a month or maybe 3 months, right? At least for a period of time. There's a cool off with that ticker. Cannot use it again. So they gonna have to make new art. They're gonna have to make a new website. They're gonna have to make, because now it's so freaking easy for these scammers. It's unbelievably easy. They just do one Twitter, which they usually steal from, if they can find it from a project that actually wants to launch, right? They'll just mimic that and steal it, right? Or they do an AI driven TG, and they just rinse and repeat. They use all the social media that they have set up once, and they use it for days. Rinse and repeat. And then there's, what simple thing as, hey, cannot use this sticker anymore. Would have to, at least you're getting rid, I would say 56 60% of these lazy assholes, right? That
Lazy scammers, yeah.
lazy scammers, at least. Yeah, 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 you guys. And I don't think that would be hard to patch, for these things. And then I'm just like, I'm not, I'm not Einstein. If I can come up with that, then why are other people not thinking about this, right? It's
Hmm.
just, do they don't care, right? Volume is volume. Is that the thing? I don't know.
True.
Got to wonder. But hey, you guys, I'm gonna close out this space. I'm gonna do that because I do feel some delayed onset muscle soreness
Mm.
in the behind me. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. I'm gonna go for a walk and walk that off, and I will be in the Moonlight Crypto tomorrow in Lamp Space right here. Right, Lamp is with us right here, Mac, and I'll be in there. I'm gonna do a workout before. I'm gonna try and squeeze that in, and then we'll see you here tomorrow. Again, what's the ticker? And I cannot wait for these that beanie clip to show. It's gonna be hilarious. Oh, I gotta send it to them. Um,
Awesome. Yeah.
yeah, that's so bullish, you guys. I mean, look, we can do that with everything in the Dogecoin dogs, right? We actually should make it like a daily standout Dogecoin thing that we just clip.
Hmm.
And yeah, awesome. I'm actually looking because I need to hook up some things for a website for something, and maybe we can make a what's the ticker website.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I can put one together really quickly.
Um,
I'll probably do it in VO by Vercel or Lovable. But yeah, I could put
oh,
something
that's
quick
even
together.
better.
So yeah.
Yeah, and then you, Lisa, we divide the work here, and I'll take care of the TG group, and
Yes, yeah, the
then
TG
I
group
all
is
about.
very bullish on that. Let's do that.
Yeah, very bullish on that, and maybe we can even gatekeep that a little bit. But if you hold this or this, right,
Hmm.
could also do that. Gated. Yes. All right. So lots of bullishness to think about. I've written a lot of things down. You guys have a great day. Let's start. Play that. Play that. I'm gonna play the other song tomorrow. Is that okay, Tig?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't want to load. The laptop here that I'm having in front of me is saying I'm having a hard time with everything that I want to do. Yeah. So here we go. I think. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at so much these real life charts of different platforms. It's I'm having a hard time with everything at the moment. Well, here we are.
There we go. Thanks again, you guys.
What's the ticker? Where's it at?
Birds.
What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, so line of sniping like a cat. And the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm the squeeze 'em where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000x is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Lab Mac, Bones, Papas, and I don't know. What is it? Apparently, Vault. Of course, Vault Army. Shout out. Stay bullish on yourself.